want to talk about how to open up your third eye faster. Now, yes, I have just awakened, right? So I am still a little discombobulated, but I am okay. So the topic I want to give how to open up your third eye faster. Now, before I always get into the topic, I always throw my 2 cents here. You see what I'm saying? Or, just my little word of advice before I get into the topic. So, let's talk about the third eye. What is the third eye? The third eye is the pineal gland. What is the pineal gland? You can call it pineal gland. Some people call it the pineal gland. I call it the pineal gland. Some people call it the first eye. Some people call it the cyclops eye. Some people call it the brown eye. Some people call it the third eye. Some people call it the spiritual gateway. You see what I'm saying? Just different things. But the pineal gland, to really let you know it is a real thing, it's a gland that's in your brain here. It's the first gland that's developed in the body. Like first, like when a baby is being born, it starts off as a tiny microscopic dot, which is the pineal gland. And as it grows, it starts to form the tongue first and stuff like that. But the tongue forms from the pineal gland. So it all starts from just that tiny little dot, which is considered 0 point, which is that little time and space. Another thing, people always say, this is completely off topic. I just thought about it when I looked at my hair. Like, people always say, is that a hairstyle? Yes, you dumb motherfucker. I'm a part of the young generation. It's called freeform dreads, not regular dreadlocks. Freeform dreads. For example, really, and it works differently for everybody else. Most people they get their hair, twisted first, as in like they're just gonna get real dreads. They get their hair twisted. Then after you do that, you let it sit for a while. Then you put water and stuff in your hair. Cayenne pepper. I can do hair videos too. That's funny. Cayenne pepper works for your hair. You know what I'm saying? It creates an itching sensation in your hair, which causes inflammation, but it's a good inflammation to cause growth of the hair. It's some deep shit, but it's a whole different video. And now my hair just freeforms by itself. So if you look at my old videos, about last year, I had like a haircut, a little mini afro. You see what I'm saying? My hair freeforms by itself. Just put water on it, and it twists up by itself. Like the front haven't twisted up. hmm I just kept it like that, like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But it eventually twisted up, but the front hasn't twisted up, but you see the rest have. Even though it's off topic, but it's called, the hairstyle is called free form dreads. Like your dreads just create their own style. So anyway, I just had to say that. But so the pineal gland is the first gland in the brain, you know, and it's the spiritual gateway, meaning that the pineal gland, if you don't have a pineal gland, you wouldn't be able to exist on the planet, because every living thing on this planet has a pineal gland. Pineal gland is your third eye. It's your spiritual. It's like your spiritual gateway to different dimensions, because humans are multi-dimensional beings, and we exist on different uh on different exist well, not what's the word, we exist on different um on different dimensions. We exist in different forms of life. We can exist in different dimensions is what I was trying to say. Getting tongue tied. Oh yeah, if you want to know, that's mookaite, only found in Australia. The warrior stone. But yeah, I know some people probably was curious, like why I keep saying that ring. That's mookaite. You know what I'm saying? The warrior stone. Very powerful. And it keeps you looking younger too. That shit funny as hell. But yeah, so and a lot of people always want to ask, how do I open my third eye? how do I open up my pineal gland, right? And we all exist in this world at the moment, and we all have been put through the spell. And some people, the spell wasn't meant for, but they just fell under the spell anyway because it's just shit is just all in the air. And when I say the spell, I mean the spell of we all living life wrong. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And a lot of people, if you, and this is another thing, if I say something and it doesn't if it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about you. I don't even know you. You see what I'm saying? But if I say something and it's not directly going at you or whatever, obviously that message is clearly not for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I make that video, all you do is suck dick and complain. I suck dick and run from the truth. That shit funny. People took offense to that, but it's not that I was attacking any specific person. It's just a lot of people do those things, and if you felt offended by that, then you clearly must do that. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So if I say a message, you get offended by it. Clearly, that's just offending you. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? But these videos are not to attack anybody's for educational purposes. And a little bit of comedy too. That's funny, but so yeah, that's what I mean, man. We all been living under the spell. It's like we supposed to be farming, supposed to be growing our own food. We supposed to be living off nature. Everything that we create is supposed to come out of nature. And if you go back and even look, mostly everything from this planet was created from nature. And then once these motherfuckers found a cheaper and better way, or a cheaper and just as efficient or equally efficient as using a product from nature, they stop using nature. But nature is in everything, whether it's a small little piece of wood, or it's a small little blade of grass, or it's particles from a tree, particles from a flower, a plant. You see what I'm saying? So nature exists everywhere around us, but we have been um, desensitized from nature. You see, and that's not good. So we have to get back to nature. Like that's what people don't understand. I don't know if you can see or feel it, what I'm seeing and feeling, but like authenticity, see, like it's coming back, as in like that's the new cool thing. Like talking about things that's going on in the world, um, being up to date with things that's going on in the world, actually caring about animals and stuff like that. That type of stuff is becoming cool again in my eyes, from what I'm seeing. Not with everybody, of course. It's only for a small amount, but it's that type of stuff is coming cool again. Um, it's like for example, like I said, like growing fruit, farming, and stuff like that. That is where we're supposed to be at. Anything that this demonic system or Satan's people or whatever, like these people who keep creating these vaccines and shit. As I'm just using these words, right? These are not their names. I'm just using these words as children of God. That's not the real name of the Most High, but I'm just using that so people can understand where I'm coming from. So, as children of God, right? Satan's people, well, I made a video about this a long time ago. God's people have a revolution, and Satan's people have a revolution. So, Satan's people, they're going to keep coming out with vaccines to kill you. They're going to keep coming out, um, take chemo radiation, but doctors wouldn't take it them damn selves. But when you get sick, they put you in the microwave. Ain't that something? They try to tell you what you can do, what you can't do, stuff like that. Like, oh no, it's just control on a whole different level. But a lot of people starting to wake up. I'm gonna be honest, I lost my point low key, but like on some real shit, like the satanic system. Anything that these demons do, we supposed to counteract it as God's children. We supposed to counteract it. They put out a vaccine to kill somebody. We put out a vaccine as an antidote or a cure to cure that bullshit. They keep putting out poison foods. We keep growing organic foods. They keep pushing out this dumb shit on TV. We keep pushing out good shit on TV. Just saying. Just give you examples, but yeah. So people always say, how can I open my third eye? Because that's really what this video about. I just like to give my little rant. You feel me? So I just like to let you know this because I like to give warnings as well. I don't want just people just trying to rush and open their third eye because you might end up seeing some shit that's gonna fuck you up, and you're not even gonna want to even think about even being spiritual or even trying to look into spirituality. And spirituality is not saying like that you don't believe in God or creator. It's not that. It's not that you believe in God somewhere far off. Spirituality is knowing and recognize the so-called God in yourself, knowing that Jesus, Buddha, Yahshua, whatever name you want to go by, Allah, whatever, they live within inside of you. That's really what spirituality is about. You know what I'm saying? Learning from your experiences and just growing, and becoming a better person. That's just spirituality in a nutshell. It's way deeper than that, but it's just in a nutshell. Not saying that you don't believe in God, you think you're better than everybody. No, it's nothing about that. It's going within your darkness and bringing out your light. That's true enlightenment. That's why I said my book is called The 13 Steps to Enlightenment. Because it's not saying I'm the most enlightened, I'm the most smart. No, I'm not saying that. Enlightenment means to go within your darkness, to go within yourself, to face your demons, to face your skeleton, to go within your darkness and bring out your light, that halo around your head. That's true enlightenment. That's what I mean. And yeah, and that's real talk. So if you want to open up your pineal gland, you can sun gaze, right? Sun gaze. And when you sun gaze, hold your fingers like this. And when you tap your fingers like that, that's to stimulate energy to your pineal gland. That's stimulating electricity to your pineal gland. When you sun gaze and you just hold your hands like this, you're sucking in the energy, just like how you see Buddha and them on their statues, how they got their two, the index finger and their thumb like this, because they're sucking in the energy to their pineal gland. When you do this, you can even feel it even when you're not sun gazing. Just do this with these two fingers, even though the thumb not a finger. Just do this, these two fingers, and you will feel the energy, electricity stimulating to your pineal gland. It's like jumping a car, like you revving it up, you getting that motherfucker ready. You see what I'm saying? And, yeah, and that's one of the ways you can sun gaze. I mean, open up your pineal gland fast. Uh, and it's a pretty safe way. But sun gaze, you can't just go out there and try to sun gaze, so you have to build it up. I've been sun gazing for 6 years now, so I'm used to it, but I can't just still go out there. It still hurt. And when tears drop out of your eyes when you sun gaze, that is because those are all the toxins that are coming out of your body. So when you start sun gazing, you're crying, that's normal. That's all the chemicals and toxins being released out of your body. Okay, so the next way that you can open up your pineal gland is to eat organic fruits and vegetables with seeds. Because we know a lot of shit out here don't have seeds nowadays. And a lot of shit do. So you just gotta know man, it's just like anything else in the world. You gotta know where you getting your stuff from. Just like anything else, you gotta know who you're getting your stuff from. Period. You see what I'm saying? Like when you buy crystals, you want to know you getting your shit from a real source. You know what I'm saying? Like when you buy your meats and your foods, you want to, especially if you get it, you support your local farmer. You want to make sure you going to the right place. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm just giving you examples, man. Like you want to make sure you going to the right source where you get your shit. And that's just like with anything. And damn, I'm trying to remember what part that was your funny. And so I'm just gonna wing it. I forgot what part I'm on, but um, so yeah, when shit like that happens, right? Like I was saying, like supporting your local farmer and all that shit. But when that type of stuff happens, like I lost my train of thought, man. That shit funny as hell. But just real talk, like oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Eat organic fruits and vegetables to open up your pineal gland. And yeah, like that's another way to stimulate your pineal gland and open it slowly but fastly. And oh man, and okay, and there's so many different ways you can open up your pineal gland. And I'm not trying to influence any people. This is only for educational purposes. Like to get, because when you open up your pineal gland, that's taking you to the fourth dimension faster. The fourth dimension is psychic abilities and intuition, which intuition is having a higher state of consciousness. You see what I'm saying? That's on a higher level than this realm. The realm we in, that's 3D. You see what I'm saying? When you go into the fourth dimension or the fourth circuit in your brain, that's psychic abilities. So when you open up your pineal gland, that's psychic abilities. You're gonna start having more intuition. You start being like, okay, this shit makes sense. You know, so you just start becoming empathetic and just different things like that. When you open up your pineal gland, and eating organic fruits and vegetables can help that. And smoking cannabis and also organic cocaine and mushrooms can take you to the fourth dimension the fastest out of anything. I'm telling you, if you really want to go to a higher state of mind, that's why it's been classified illegal, because it'll take you to a higher state of consciousness. It'll put you on a whole different level, just like that. And just those three things: smoke cannabis, organic cocaine. All three have to be organic, of course, but you already know it's pretty hard to find in the world full of artificial shit. And shrooms, mushrooms. They say mushrooms will open up your third eye and take you to the fourth dimension faster, which is psychic abilities. Real shit, wake the damn up. But that was just those three things. I'm not influencing nobody to do any of those things. I'm just saying, like, those three things. That I'm not saying just rush and do that. And the only reason why I'm not saying just rush and do that is because when most people, I never tried shrooms. You know what I'm saying? And when people try like cannabis, or some people might try cocaine, or some people might try mushrooms, whatever, they want to hurry up and open up their third eye, they get fucked up because they're rushing. When I say to open up fast, it's to open up the slowest but the fastest way, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you still open it up slowly but steady, but it's gonna be faster than most people open up their third eye. See what I'm saying? So basically, it's not important to do those things, because when people have bad trips, they be like, oh shit, I had a bad trip, because their consciousness was not high enough for them to comprehend, aka understand, and overstand what the fuck they seen when they took that substance. So to speak in English, when people have bad trips off drugs, it's because their conscious level is not high to take what their mind is seeing. So in other words, they dumb as shit. And they need to raise their conscious level up. Just saying. You see what I'm saying? So that's where bad trips come from. When the person have a good trip, because their mind is already on a higher level, a higher enough level for them to understand and understand what the fuck is going on. That's why you got bad trips and good trips. Just to explain that. So, like I was saying, the second wave, like the second fastest steady wave, like I said, the first wave is the sun gaze. The second, the second way is by, trying psychedelics, which I just named, which I don't really encourage you to do. Yeah, because like I just explained it, like some people mind can't take that shit. The third way is, I'm explaining it now, is to drink pine needle tea. Pine needle tea. And it's a good source of vitamin C. Pine needle tea comes from the pine tree. You got different type of pine. You got cypress pine. You got all different type of pine. I can't even name the pine. Like, man, like it's so many different pine trees. Just in Chicago. So when I was in Chicago, I was just trying, just like picking them right off the tree. Just so many different pine needles. Wash the shit off, and then you boil up some water. And then after you boil up some water, pour the water in a mug or a glass, whatever you're using. Drop the pine needles in there. Add some lemon. Some pine needles already taste like lemon. And if you want to add a little extra taste, lemon, cinnamon. Let it cool down. Get you a little straw, and you drink that, and that opens up your pineal gland. And if you look at the root and the prefix words of pine and pineal, it's Pine. So pine And pineal gland is Pineal. The root word is pine. Pine, if you look at a pine cone, it looks just like the third eye. The pine needle tree opens up the pineal gland. Ha! That shit funny. They ain't even know, boy. They ain't even know. I told you, I was watching the garden reincarnated. But that's on a whole different. That's a whole different video. And that's another thing. You could be more than one reincarnation. Some people know that. Some people don't. Like if you ever watch The Great Gatsby, they talk about that, and it's two versions of The Great Gatsby: the original and the remake. I think I seen the remake with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think I seen that shit in high school, like 2011 or something. But that's a great fucking movie, man. They basically talk about people being reincarnated, like they're like the same person, but they was different reincarnations in different lives. Man, the shit deep is deep. But yeah, man, like I'm telling you, pine needle tea opens up your pineal gland because the pine tree is the third eye tree basically. It's pine, Pine, and pineal, Pineal, pineal gland, pine tree. You see what I'm saying? Third eye. You drink your pineal tea opens up your third eye fastly and slowly, and it makes your dreams more lucid. So you have lucid dreams, like Juice WRLD said. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. You have lucid dreams. You know what I'm saying? So wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.